Questions for reflection. In our first reading, Paul explains for whom we are to pray. It may surprise some that he wants us to pray for all in authority, even though he himself is facing persecution from the emperor. Christians are called to respect civil authority. Jesus died for all of us, not just some. And his salvation is not ours to give or take away. Our duty is to love one another. So we're expected to pray even for those who persecute us. There are many reasons for this, but one I'll mention here is that hearts cannot be converted by anger. Fighting with someone does not draw them close. People will be attracted to the gospel by our many acts of selfless love and kindness. So let us pray that everyone is saved, even those who treat us harshly. It is our duty as Christians, whose debts have all been paid by Christ. Our responsorial psalm reminds us that God is our true source of courage and strength. We see this throughout the Bible as God calls ordinary people to extraordinary deeds and gives them the strength to do His will. If you need strength, look for it in God. Like the psalmist, learn to raise your hands and your hearts to God continually. Live your whole life for Him and watch what happens. In today's gospel, we find a Roman captain who asked Jesus for help. This plea for Jesus to come heal a servant crossed all sorts of barriers. The Romans were occupiers, despised by the Jewish people. Meanwhile, faithful Jews were prohibited to enter the houses of Gentiles. Yet the Jewish people living under the centurion have brought his petition to Jesus, who agrees to help. The Jewish people spoke highly of the centurion, but the Roman centurion spoke differently about himself. While the people exalted him and praised him, the Roman made clear he felt he was unworthy. He demonstrated true humility, while he also demonstrated true faith. He knew Jesus could heal his son. Rather than have Jesus enter the unclean house of a Gentile, the centurion invited Jesus to simply command the servant to be healed. Jesus marveled at the faith of the centurion. This story illustrates how powerful faith can be. It also shows us the universality of God's plan of salvation. This Roman centurion is praised for his faith by the Messiah. His words, "Lord, I am not worthy for you to come under my roof. Only say the word and my soul shall be healed. My servant shall be healed," are repeated by every one of us at every Holy Mass before we receive the Lord, body, blood, soul, and divinity.